Hamantaschen cookies, like the ones you see here, are an essential part of the Jewish holiday of Purim, which is happening this week. And I decided to bake some Hamantaschen from Beth Lee's Essential Jewish Baking Cookbook. Lee lives in San Jose, California, and she is the creator of the OMG Yummy blog. And I've made some other recipes, but I decided to go ahead and test out her Hamantaschen recipe here. This is her butter-based Hermione's Hamantaschen. And so basically I started with butter and sugar, and you put those together in a bowl. The butter's at room temperature, and you're essentially creaming those together until everything's sort of mixed. So I'm using a stand mixer, using a hand mixer as I'm doing here. And at the end, you end up with this creamy butter and sugar mixture. Then you start to add in some of the dry ingredients. So this is standard stuff like baking powder, salt, and mostly flour. And you're mixing that in, adding in some eggs and some other liquid ingredients there, but very little liquid. And mixing it all together till you get this dough. It's really mostly butter and flour. So it's a very buttery, very crumbly dough. It almost barely holds together into a ball here. Then you're going to divide this into individual balls of dough. Those get wrapped in plastic wrap and then put in the fridge for over an hour. And that just kind of makes sure the dough is ready to roll out. So this is what you get after that. And I just put it on a floured surface, kind of smushed it down to the shape generally, and then rolled it out to about an 1/8 inch thickness. Now you're taking a cup or a mold here and making some circular cutouts, brushing those with egg wash. And then the most essential step, filling these with a filling. And I use apricot jam and strawberry jam, very classic. Just putting a teaspoon into each of these. Then you're pinching them into this 3-cornered shape. And that's the signature element of Hamantaschen. So we're going to do a little pinch of the dough together on one side here. The trick is to capture all that filling in there, so make sure it doesn't fall out. We're going to pinch in on the other side. And you want to pinch these together so they don't fall apart and leak. And there we go. It's a perfect Hamantaschen formed there out of the dough. So you go through and make that for all of your different Hamantaschen cookies there. This is what it looks like when it's all done. So a plate filled with all of these delicious cookies, and you can see the filling kind of contained in there, but it'll be nice and oozy. Now we're going to go ahead and actually chill those for about another 15 minutes in the fridge, and then put them on a baking sheet, 375, into the oven. And there you can take a look at the recipe, but I think it's about 20 minutes we're going to have baking there. Pop them out after that, and they're nice and golden brown. So you're baking them just till they're golden brown. You have 15, 20 minutes. Again, look at the recipe for the exact timings. And there they are, beautiful Hamantaschen, straight out of the oven there. Take them off of the tray, let them cool in a rack. But they're buttery, they're delicious, they're sweet with all that filling in there. The trick to getting them to stay triangular, which some of these have, some of them haven't, is that chilling in the fridge before you bake them. So, that's a pretty respectable looking one right there. And they are really delicious. A great way to celebrate Purim. So awesome book from Beth Lee. She was kind enough to share a copy with me to review and to try out these recipes. And I really love these. They're very buttery, tasty, not at all dry Hamantaschen.